is why we got Sean K, the king.
This is why we got him.
First of all, most of the time, man, growing up as a black dude, we look for black superheroes, whether it was Meteor Man, you know what I'm saying? It was Blank Man. We didn't care.
No, not Blank Man.
You know what I'm saying? We wanted Blank Man. It was J5. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
With J5 going crazy.
It was, though.
You know
it was.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, when they announced that Captain America was going to be Anthony Mackie, everybody pooped on it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? But Big Homie played such a big role and made Captain America. And honestly, they built the whole MCU off of Captain America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to have Homie switch over, to have Anthony switch over and make him Captain America, everybody really wasn't feeling it. So in the box office, man, this joint didn't do that good.
Right. That was messed up, man. Because I felt like he deserved better than that, man.
Facts. Well, let me play like a little bit of this real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, things are not looking good at the box office for this Captain America film.
Damn.
And we're going to get into it. Captain America Brave New World could suffer one of the worst box office drops in MCU history, if that holds. Unless a ton of people show up Sunday to go see this film, it looks like they're going to set the record for the worst box office drop. That's something that I've said.
Today's Sunday.
Sean K, the king, man. Why? First of all, was the movie a flop if you saw it or saw the reviews, whatever? What was it a flop? And if so, why? In the chat, what y'all thinking too?
Well, for me, I still need to see the movie, but I do have a feeling. I think it's a lot of people just downplaying the movie. I think it's a better movie than what everybody think it is. Because I seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that was the show on Disney Plus, and I actually watched all the episodes on that, and that was dope. I actually like the backstory as far as how the older man that had the serum in his body, because he was actually like one of the other Captain America type people too.
Oh, Isaiah Bradley, the first Captain America.
So they kept him under the radar, and he just stayed in the house most of the time, so they didn't really know about him because he stayed off the radar. But like I said, man, I think this movie gonna be dope, man. I just think it's just a lot of people just, I guess they wasn't really comfortable having, as far as a black man being Captain America. But I feel like he played a good role, especially in the TV show. Because I liked it too on Disney Plus. So
yeah, a lot of cats like the TV show, but again, LP was goody. He's basically saying it. Anthony Mackie ain't a lead though.
Dang, man.
Bebo P, you agree with that, man? Like, what's your thoughts, man? Is he not a lead? And was this movie a flop, man?
I'm afraid LP is correct.
Damn.
Even though Captain America's Brave New World is apparently the Marvel Cinematic Universe's 4th lowest film of all time, the viewing of it from beginning to end isn't bad. It's not a bad movie, and it's definitely not awful, but it's also not amazing or absolutely fantastic either. It's okay to solid at best, with significant holes in its plot and storyline, which is likely due to the 22 days of reshoots that took place prior to its release. But also with the United States and many countries, for that matter, outside of the U.S. and just really leaning more and more red, if you guys know what I mean. The controversial comments that Anthony Mackie downplayed and talking about, like, basically downplaying the America part of Captain America, it really didn't help the already suffering projections of the film prior to its release. And speaking of already suffering projections prior to the 2025 Valentine's Day release, the hard truth of the topic is what LP stated in the comment section or in the chat. Sam Wilson just is not the face of Captain America to the people out here, to MCU's consumer base, nor is he the face of MCU for that matter, like Chris Evans was and really still is to a lot of them. Anthony's Sam Wilson made a great Falcon. He excelled at that role, but we'll see how things go because they got the Russo brothers coming back to directing the Avengers movies, and we'll see how things go as far as where they take Sam Wilson's Captain America if he still holds on to the title of Cap.
Well, this is the thing, man. LP's also saying too, which I agree. If this was Idris Elba, you know what I'm saying, Stringer Bell. If this was Michael B. Jordan, you know what I'm saying, with the swag, this shit would have sold. You know what I'm saying? Then also I see too, man, like salute to CLF, man. You know what I'm saying?
He did become Captain
America. The comic book storyline, Falcon became Captain America. Right.
That's true.
Falcon did,
you know what I'm saying?
Winter Soldier did too at a point.
I seen that comic book.
Yeah.
But I'm agreeing with 88 Spencer. Pull out the money, Bebo P. 88 Spencer getting money since 88. He's saying the story could have been better, though.
It could have been.
To me, I think they should have modernized it just a little bit, but not the way that they modernized it. If you
like, the script could have been better, basically.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
they kept tinkering with the script quite a bit.
So Sean K. the King. First of all, let's be clear. If y'all just tapping in, coming in, Sean K. the King is in the building. Let's be clear.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? 400,000 on Twitter. You didn't seen him. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. 100,000 on YouTube.
Everybody talking
about him in the building. You see the plaque in the back. Let's be clear.
Yes, sir.
Is it more your opinion, Anthony? It's not the star, or is it more the storyline? Because again, man, we can always, I'm gonna go and support some. We'll go support Blake, man. Let's be clear.
I think it could have been a story because I feel like he's a good actor. Because I mean, even though they downplay him for that 8 Mile role for Papa Doc and Tupac from Notorious, Notorious, and he playing Tupac. So I mean, I can see why people say he's not a lead role. So I can understand from both sides. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Bebo, same question, man. Is it more storyline or was it more Anthony not being like the super cat? Then also Anthony kind of was going a little crazy, right. With the promo, swag. He was kind of just going hard to paint, man. What's your thoughts, man?
I have a different opinion. I think the primary reason was the actor himself. The storyline, I think, was more secondary, but it was still important as to why the sales were or were not what they were, because they tried to go the Winter Soldier route, but it ended up being a Temu Winter Soldier.
So much Temu.
He said
Temu. Come on.
Yeah, they tried, but then they also had they also continued the Incredible Hulk, storyline to help. I guess bring some closure on that. The Celestial situation with the the Eternal situation with that Celestial doing this at the Indian Ocean. I thought that was fascinating because they utilized that to, let me just say, they utilized that moment for a particular reason, or rather a particular resource to soon usher in the mutant saga. I'm not going to say what that is.
And also
many of you guys know.
Movie too.
Right, the Thunderbolts that's coming soon. But my point is just they kind of went here, there, and it really didn't have a fluid storyline that really hit home. But more importantly than that, I think even with the storyline being what it is, you take Anthony Mackie out and put in Chris Evans or Chadwick Boseman if he was still alive, or whoever. More people would have come out to see it regardless of the story.
Well, this is the thing too. What does every bad trilogy or whatever movie do when they suck?
They stop.
You bring in The Rock. You create a new character. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. So all they had to do is really just bring in The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Just make.
But that didn't work well for Shazam.
Exactly.
Or I'm sorry, Black Adam.
Black Adam. Yeah, Black Adam.
Yeah, Black
on
Adam,
the DC side.
But then, like I said, man, like LP said, Idris Elba. You know what I'm saying?
Idris Elba.
Somebody else could have done something dope. But again, the question I have for you guys, man, is where does Marvel go? Because I'm a DC guy, so we kind of loving that the Marvel universe is kind of failing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Batman cat. So
go ahead and hit that sound effect for yourself, Ice Boy.
Hey, the Aquaman 2 was kind of good though. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Aquaman.
The animated one was better.
Aquaman, okay.
Yeah, But the question is, where does Marvel go? Because they want to make a Mexican Spider-Man.
Mexican Spider-Man.
Yeah, they want to do all this crazy stuff, man. So where do you think Marvel should go? So again, Super Bowl in the building. They're saying after the opening night, anyone could find the story. There's a lot of review channels on YouTube. Facts. Michael Brown's in the building. Salute. He's saying The Rock is the cheat code. Yes, he is. But
bring back Blade. Bring back Blade, please.
Sean K, the king, is saying bring back Blade.
That's right.
Yes,
that's what Marvel should do.
He started
the Wesley Snipes
that
version.
MCU.
The Wesley Snipes version or a new one?
Wesley Snipes. Bring him back. Like from that Deadpool movie when they made that cameo. Yes, bring him back. Please.
You know he need them. He needs some tax money. You know he can come back cheap too. You can get him for the bread. I think that's a really good look. Bebo, what you thinking on, man? Do you think this is something that can be fixed very fast? Or again, you see Kevin's name down here on the lower third. Is Kevin the problem too? And they gotta get him on out of here.
Well, there's a phrase to that question, Iceberg, that I think about, and that's everything rises and falls off of leadership. So to answer your question more specifically, yes. Currently Marvel has the Spider-Man animated series. That's receiving mixed reviews. The Daredevil Born Again, that's currently running on television, on streaming. That's receiving, actually, it's allegedly performing worse than the Acolyte.
Dang.
Ashoka and Agatha all along did.
Oh my God.
Allegedly. So it's not a good look. And then movie wise, you got, like Sean K said a couple minutes ago, you got the Thunderbolts coming out soon, the Fantastic Four, which are post Chapnick films, those type of films, those films and the ones after really need to showcase themselves as nothing short of extraordinary, because Phase 4 was weak sauce. And with this, with Phase 5 kind of being the same way, Fantastic Four First Steps, it really needs to generate the turnout and the revenue that is desired, as well as the Thunderbolts beforehand. All in all, for Marvel, they really need to get their consumer. They need to pull their consumer base back in.
Yes.
And stop trying to slide certain little, agenda things or whatever that is not pleasing and has turned off. Honestly, a lot of people have been turned off from a lot of movies because of certain agendas. I'll put it like that. And it's going to take a lot to bring them back in. And they're going to have, so with just to close it, we saw the reveal of Robert Downey Jr. as soon to be Dr. Doom. Yep. It's alleged that Chris Evans is going to be returning, as well as the other actors and actresses, but they're going to be allegedly more of an evil kind of variant of the Avengers, or just have evil personas, if you will. So I'm saying that because they're trying to bring that old thing back, and it's I
want that old.
It seemed like a desperate, it seemed like a desperate play, but we'll see. We'll see.